What's up? What's up? What's up?
How's it going? How's it going?
It's going
Hey,
pretty good. I'm excited to be here again.
this is one of our hot topic videos here because everybody needs waiver wire help, and everybody's looking for gems. Nobody wants to be left behind. So this video is always a big deal for me.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I lost for the first time in one of my leagues. I thought I was gonna go undefeated, but hopefully this video is gonna help me win the next game.
It is bound to happen, The sad thing is that once you go on that run and then you lose one, the waivers don't get better for you. Your record's already too high for that.
All you can do is trade, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I think for me, I want to open up this with I think is a no-brainer. Michael Carter.
Oh yeah.
I think that with Michael Carter, Amari DiMercato, I there was just news there. I want to talk about him. There was news.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the video
with the Gannon pushing him.
Yeah, and he later apologized for it.
Gannon apologized or DeMarcado?
He said he apologized to DeMarcado.
Okay.
And then it just came in that he was fined like $50,000. Yeah. Adam Schefter just put it out.
Wait, why?
100,000, sorry.
Wait, why though? Literally just happened. I literally just got a notification.
So yeah, let me read it off for you. So Jonathan Gannon is the first NFL coach to be fined for an altercation with a player since the NFL fined former Bucs head coach Bruce Arians for swiping his hand at safety Andrew Adams. So this one's $100,000 fine though. So this is double that. Honestly, the way the league is right now, he's lucky that the player didn't retaliate.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead.
He's passionate,
Yeah.
And honestly, it's just like players get into altercations amongst themselves as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe it's because there's a level of authority or power because he's the coach. Maybe that's why the league had to step in and put in a fine. But they're both passionate about, the game that they're playing. And honestly, you look at it now in hindsight, he lost him the game.
Exactly. And he lost a lot of games for fantasy owners as well.
Exactly. He lost me like that was 8 points that he lost.
Yeah, that's a
touchdown and the fumble, the minus for the fumble.
Yep. So that goes from 7 points. I think it was a 70-yard run, right?
It was 80. It's like 80 because it was 80-yard run because he finished the game with 6.1. Maybe he had other runs. Maybe that's what it was.
But either way, I mean, it goes from 80 or 70 to which could have been a touchdown, which would have made it 14.
Yep.
13 or 14 points from 7 from 8. That's a big jump.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you said, they lost him the game at that point. So honestly, because this has been such a fuss, I think that DeMarcado will still be in the fold.
Yeah.
I think they'll feel like they owe it to him to make that happen. But I think for Michael Carter, this is good for him.
Oh, absolutely.
He put up a good performance, and I
his
think
yards didn't say that, but fantasy wise, it's good to keep him on your squad.
Yeah, I think that and this thing, Michael Carter was good at one point.
Yes,
in his careers.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is a stretch to say that Michael Carter is an option here. So he's the first one I want to look out for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. I'm gonna just knock back on this door, Kendrick Miller.
Okay.
Looks like things are evening out back there in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's always good for people that picked him up on waivers. But if he's not up on waivers, this is no time like the present. Do it quickly before he has another good game and it's tough to get him.
And this is the thing with Condre Miller. I love Condre Miller, by the way. But I think that Alvin Kamara, I told you guys last week that he was a trade high candidate. And honestly, when you look at it, Alvin Kamara has never put in a full stretch of a season to where he felt like, to me, he was the elite back that a lot of people think he is. He never rushed for 1,000 yards his whole his career.
Glenn, I think that's a criminal statement, by the way. I think that's a
No,
criminal statement.
I don't think that this is fantasy wise, by the way. But even even
I
even
think that
so,
makes it even more criminal because you're saying this fantasy wise.
even so, just I'm telling you guys, last season he did it. I see it. I see this again this season. Trade Alvin Kamara as soon as possible before you're in week 13, week 14, trying to make the playoffs or trying to move further in the playoffs, and he lets you down. So, hey, I'm telling you, Condre Miller, you just said he's split in the backfield.
Yeah, the carries were 10-8, so he was
And
up 10-8.
he's averaging over 4 yards a carry.
4.1.
So he's doing something right. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I saw that he had a season high in snaps as well. So I don't know. Things are just looking up for Condre Miller.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think why it's even more important. And this is just very presumptuous of me, right? But
yeah,
I think in times like this, the Saints have the opportunity to trade Alvin Kamara away. I don't know how big of contenders they feel like they are and how necessary they think it is for them to keep him.
yeah.
But be on the lookout. He might get traded away, and then all of a sudden it's a Henry Miller show, and then that's it.
Yep.
You just picked up the starting running back on waivers.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm starting to think that maybe with Kendrick Miller, maybe with Alvin Kamara, you do want to keep him if Casey gets traded. If he gets traded, then I can understand keeping Alvin Kamara, because he may go into a great situation like
Casey.
Casey, or I mean, there's other teams that need the Chargers need a running back right now.
Yeah.
So and there's some other teams as well I can't think of right now, but
yeah,
I'm telling you, if Kamara gets traded, he's a hot player.
Oh yeah,
especially in PPR leagues once again. Yeah,
man.
But somebody that's in the waivers in most leagues, and for sure, if you're listening to this, you're in the 12-team league, 10-team league, even if you're in a 16-team league here, Haskins and Vidal, 2 running backs.
They're in every league.
They're in every
8-man leagues, 5-man leagues.
No, honestly, they might be in 5-man leagues. Honestly, they're the hottest topic right now. I would say they're probably most people's first waiver wire topic.
Oh
pick.
yeah, I'm sure.
The question is
who
exactly. The question is which one do you choose? Is it Haskins or is it Vidal? And it's the same thing we kind of did with Michael Carter last week and Amari DiMercato. Kind of juggling who's gonna take it over, and it was Michael Carter out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Amari DiMercato had it.
I told you it's gonna be Michael Carter.
I had no idea, honestly.
Yeah,
no idea, and I don't know. Maybe it's Vidal, maybe it's Haskins this week. I have no idea what it's gonna be.
If you ask me my opinion, and I think we share the same opinion, I'll go Haskins, right?
Yep.
But I think even more important than that, Glenn, I don't trust either one of them. So what I would do, anybody that pays attention to fantasy, is just keep your notifications on. Because you'll find out Thursday, Friday, the Chargers have signed X, Y, and Z player. And they'll find out next week, 2 weeks from now, that guy's a starter there. He's starting for the rest of the season. You just have to be really, really watchful of that.
Yep. I agree. And honestly, even for a trade, so you never know. The running back you have in your bench or whatever can end up being the starter for the Chargers next week. I mean,
absolutely.
It's I'm just trying to say how tough it is to kind of map out the Chargers backfield, but get one of these guys. Get Condre Miller. Sorry. Get Hassan Haskins or get Vidal. Put them 1-2. Choose them however you want to choose them. Put on 1-2 in your waiver wire, and make sure you pick these guys up. Don't let your other league mates just get them scot free.
Glenn, I know we're talking about waiver wires right now, and maybe these players might be on some waivers, but we're talking about complicated backfields, and the Chiefs have a really complicated one. You know, I can't see it through. I don't know whether you have some foresight on what you think is gonna happen there.
Honestly, I was watching the game this past Monday, the game yesterday,
Right.
and at some point I saw Pacheco running. I was like, okay, he looks juiced up. He looks like
Yep.
okay. It looks like the first quarter. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, what I see Brashard Smith catching some nice passes, some screens, and I'm like,
And
okay,
then
I
it
have him
all
on.
ends up with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, and then Kareem Hunt all of a sudden just gets
Yep.
the two touchdowns. It was two
Yep.
touchdowns, right?
Yeah. He had him
And
start the game.
I'm just like, man, okay. So then it looks like Kareem Hunt. So I mean,
Or it looks like just don't start any of them.
yeah. Until something becomes more clear and defined. I mean, I like Brashard Smith just because of the speed he has.
Yeah.
He has
And
breakaway
I
speed.
feel like they're ramping up his volume as well. Like I feel like I see him on the field more.
Yeah, I think that they look like they had plays like packages for him
Yeah.
specifically. So I like what I saw there. But the way Kareem Hunt came in and just started getting those touchdowns, it started to scare me a little bit, especially because touchdowns mean so much
In fantasy.
in fantasy. So
Yeah.
if you got Kareem Hunt or somehow he's on your waivers, definitely scoop Kareem Hunt or maybe try to put in. I don't even want to tell you guys to trade for him because once again the backfield is a question mark.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a question mark than the Chargers situation.
Absolutely.
At least with the Chargers, you're picking two guys.
Yeah.
This one is three different guys, and you just do not know.
Yep. And
Um,
honestly, the truth is now I'm looking at the box score. And Kareem Hunt had 7 carries. So did Pacheco.
mm,
Pacheco is averaging 5 yards a carry. Kareem Hunt is averaging 7. Nobody's playing bad.
yeah,
No
yeah.
one. I don't
That-
know.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a stay away backfield for me. I want no, I want no parts of it.
Yeah, and honestly, my favorite saying, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this a lot during the season, is I like running backs in good offenses.
Yeah.
But if it's a committee of running backs, and I mean the Chiefs offense sometimes is great, sometimes it's not. But if it's a committee, it's kind of hard unless it's like elite players, like Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Unless you got something like that going on, and it's a committee, it's hard to stay committed to that. Yeah.
But you know who we should stay committed to?
Let's hear
Tyquan Thornton.
it.
Because he's committed himself to that offense.
Hey, look. So, look with Tyquan Thornton. I'm sorry, guys, but it's only gonna last another week. So
Wait, Glenn. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
Tyquan Thornton from after this week, Tyquan Thornton is gonna be the third guy in the offense, and Rashid Rice is gonna come back. Rashid Rice is gonna come back. Told you guys to trade for Rashid Rice already a couple weeks ago. If you haven't, it's probably too late because he's just a week away. I think Tyquan Thornton has done a great job filling in, but after this, the volume is gonna go to Rashid Rice. Yeah.
So
He's coming to save all the people who drafted him.
But okay, based on what you're saying, Tyquan Thornton is a sell high target right now. You got to sell him today, right?
Yep.
But what I'm thinking, right? The role that he's filling isn't the role that Rashid Rice does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most NFL teams line up with 3 receivers on the field. So if he's a third guy, he's still a starter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. He's defined his own personal role there in that offense. Because I think what they want to do, they want to get Xavier Worthy on short and make him do the yards after catch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that's what they want from him. And Tyquan Thornton is the guy going deep. Because I think they believe more in Xavier Worthy's shiftiness and ability after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Rashid Rice is going to work through the middle, which is what Juju has been doing and Hollywood have been doing so far. So really, the only people that you should be nervous about is those two, not necessarily Thornton. But that's just I want to say he's performed at a high level in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I've been telling everybody to start Tyquan Thornton. I know he isn't a household name, so people are kind of scared to put him in your lineup, but I think he's proved that he's good enough. So who do they play this week?
The Jaguars.
Who they play next week? This week
Oh,
coming
okay.
up.
Detroit.
Start Tyquan Thornton. Start Tyquan Thornton. If anything, he's gonna get something going. He's gonna get something going. This game is gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs need it bad.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be airing it out. They're gonna do whatever it takes.
Detroit not gonna give it to them for free though.
No, they're not. Not at all. Not at all. So honestly, Tyquan Thornton, start him one more week. After that, trade him as soon as you can. Trade him as soon as you can. And I don't know who has him in our league, but any other leagues in there, anybody else has Tyquan Thornton, either trade him now if you can, or trade him after he has a good game this week. Because I think that role is going to diminish. And then what do you do with Hollywood Brown? So you got Rashee Rice will come back. Then you got Xavier Worthy there. You got Hollywood.
Yeah.
And you got Juju, Tyquan Thornton. This is not the order. I'm just saying, like, how much players you got. It's gonna be hard to share the wealth.
But Glenn, I think honestly that's all that makes me feel like just stay away from all Chiefs players, because they've never been. No. Honestly, since Tyreek has left, I don't think they've been ever so committed to any one receiver. Literally, maybe Rashee Rice in a sense, right? But like other than him, they have packages. They line up with different people. Sometimes there's two receivers on the field, and it won't be Xavier Worthy's on the field. It'll be like Tyquan Thornton and Juju, or Hollywood and Tyquan Thornton, and it'll be this or it'll be that. It'll be any combination of them depending on what the. And I think it's because of how Andy Reid schemes the plays. He's trying to be as versatile as possible. So I don't think that anyone. I would have to look at their snap count. I think that's something you guys got to look at. Is look at the snap count. It'll tell you the story.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. But this is the outlook for this week and next week with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would bring out a lot of Chiefs talk here, but it seems like they have a lot going on, and with that kind of offense, you definitely want to take a look. But I do understand if somebody wants to say I'm staying away from Chiefs players.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, somebody who killed me this week, and we already talked about this team. But what do you think? I just want to ask your opinion about Rashid Shaheed, because Chris Olave is there, and Rashid Shaheed just comes in, and sometimes you watch Rashid Shaheed. I know he's in the waivers in some of my leagues.
Yeah.
And you watch him, and it's like this guy looks like he should be the number one.
Jeez, I mean, I wouldn't say number one. Okay. I wouldn't say number one because I know what Chris Olave is, right?
Okay.
But Rashid Shaheed is definitely a deep threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the guy that's gonna make the big play and score the big touchdown. And honestly, he's the one that will kill you one day and get you 2 touchdowns. I've watched him do it multiple times. So I think he's only as good as that offense is gonna be. Gotcha. I've been a big lover of Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah.
So I would say if he's on waivers, he should be a target. And I'm saying number one target over Hassan Haskins. Okay, if Michael Carter's there, you should get Michael Carter. But definitely over the questionable Chargers, I'll definitely go Rashid Shaheed.
Okay.
Because I think he has a role in that offense that's confirmed. I don't know what he's done every other game, but I know he's been in the mix. Let me look at his game split.
Yeah, because I haven't really fully invested in Rashid Shaheed, but I know that he puts on good performances.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. As long as the Saints offense is doing well, he will do fine.
Yeah, and
Glen, is the Saints offense good?
No.
So then I guess if they're not good, then you can't go buy high on number 2.
Well, I mean, you got to think about the Malik Neighbors situation. You know,
Like trade him.
the offense wasn't good, but he was still performing himself.
Yeah, he's not a Malik Neighbors caliber player.
No. But I'm just saying it's possible for for you to get yours and the offense is bad.
Yeah, I think he's worth having and maybe flexing in certain games.
Gotcha.
That's what I
Yeah.
can say about him today. But I think that Chris Olave is definitely still the guy there.
I
Consistent,
agree with
still
that.
gets the targets, and what do you call it? He's a solid everyday flex guy.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We got to move on to. I see we got. Let's get some deeper dives.
Okay.
Honestly, this tight end pool,
It's
it
crazy.
can it can do something wonderful for you, or it can be a complete dud. It could be it could be really bad or really good for you. And
Yeah.
honestly, I have a feeling we're gonna mention a couple of these tight ends. I have a feeling one of these tight ends is gonna be on your team for good, and you're gonna be satisfied with them. We gotta run it down and try to find out which one is.
Okay.
But is a great selection here. So the first one, probably the hottest one of the what three I have listed here. The first one
Okay.
is Mason Taylor. I know people don't like Justin Fields. Me and you were known to be Justin Field fans here.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields is gonna get the ball to Mason Taylor. He's giving him targets.
Yeah.
And Mason Taylor is someone to believe in. He's a tight end for the Jets. I'm I'm gonna put in the waiver wire target for him.
He's not. He's not available. He's gone already.
Now one of my leagues he is.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give him a shot. I
Uh,
think. Look, Mason Taylor. I'm gonna give y'all some background, and maybe you don't, maybe you know this already, but I'll give the background for the viewers. Mason Taylor is family members with Jason Taylor.
oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Jason Taylor was an elite player.
Yeah.
So the name Mason Taylor has pedigree.
Yeah.
So when you got it in your blood, we gotta roster you. We gotta give you a chance because if you can give us production like it was his uncle or whatever, then we can
Yeah.
we can definitely get you on the team. And in college he was a good player.
Yeah. He was really good in college.
Yeah, so it's not like
It
we're
was a
just
tough. It was a tough tight end class this year. That's why he kind of fell into the Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren, and it's tough to make it around there.
yeah. So I think he went in the second round, I believe, with the Jets or the third. He went pretty high for his situation, but he's the first one I'm gonna mention here. Uh, I think it seems like you like him as well.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. He could be one of those few that changes your league. And the next guy I'm gonna mention is a guy I mentioned last week, and maybe I should have picked him up last week
Yeah.
because he balled out this week, and I'm so mad because now I'm afraid people are gonna get him, and I could have been right on this.
Yep.
AJ Barner.
On
He's
them
a
0.6% of leagues.
0.6%. So we got Mason Taylor in 1% of rosters. I see in the comments.
Yeah.
And then we got AJ Barner in 0.6% of leagues.
Man, Glenn, that
And
means people need to listen to us more, man.
I'm telling
You
you, these
dropping some
last
gems here, man.
man. So AJ Barner, you could have already had him on your team, and you would have been flourishing this week with 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
So I mean, AJ Barner, he looks the part when you watch him play. He looks good. I told you guys about AJ Barner last week. Don't wait another week.
You
Don't
won't
wait
have
another
another
week.
week to wait,
I don't
and
think
that's what it is.
I don't think you will either. Yeah. Um. So yeah, hey, take a look. We got so far as Mason Taylor, AJ Barner. I'm repeating this so y'all can get these players. We care about y'all fantasy teams. So I think we got 2 more guys, tight ends here.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you start off with the next one because I think you mentioned him last time.
Which one?
If I'm not mistaken, the 49ers tight end.
Oh, Jake Tonges.
Yeah.
Actually, interestingly enough, I think he's been performing really well. But what I do know is that George Kittle, his return is looming.
Yes.
So they said he's not gonna come back this week, week 6. they're saying set week 7 it seems more likely.
Yeah.
If I'm you, I might only roster him one more week, or I try to trade him right now.
Yeah.
I'll try to make a move as quickly as possible. He's definitely the guy so long as George Kittle isn't there because he's been performing so well. 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns, over 10 fantasy points. And he's been consistently the guy over there in San Francisco while Kittle hasn't been there in terms of targets. I know you have another tight end, but I want to talk about another 49er.
Okay, real quick with Tonjes, though.
Uh-huh.
I'm not rostering him. I just wanted to bring him up because he has been balling.
Yeah.
I'm not rostering him. Maybe if I have George Kittle, I roster him.
No, but then that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't roster him. You should trade him away right now.
Yeah, no, trade him right now because I think he's still a good option. So if you're struggling at tight end and you need somebody to help you get through the weeks, maybe you have a tight end that's struggling.
I think the better one, if your tight end is on a bye week this week, he's a good person to bring. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah. But who do you want to mention?
Kendrick Bourne.
Oh yeah. Let's stay with the 49ers. Yeah.
Glenn, you told me about this on Thursday. We're doing our picks. You're talking about, Kendrick Bourne, he's a first round pick. I was like, look, be real. He was real with me. He said, what's up?
Nah, he must have watched this video.
Yeah, he was not happy with me. And he told me all about it, man. He didn't have a touchdown, but he had all the targets and all the volume there.
Yeah. He was even dropped passes and they still gave him the targets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the issue with him. He drops passes.
Yeah, and I can't say that this is going to be a consistent thing because that was a week where Ricky Pearsall was gone and they still don't have Ayuk back.
Juwan Jennings was out.
Yeah. But Glenn, I had this little thought in my head. Right after the game, you came on and talked about Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But if Mac Jones becomes the guy there, they're buddies from New England.
I was going to say it. Took it right out of my mouth.
Something to watch. You guys got to pay attention to these things when they happen in the NFL, man.
Yeah. Look, Kendrick Bourne, if Mac Jones becomes a starter and then Kendrick Bourne keeps balling, I don't know why you don't look at the upside with Kendrick Bourne. Maybe it was just the situation before. Yeah. Mac Jones didn't succeed with New England either. And now he's over here with the 49ers. If Kendrick Bourne is still in your waivers, give him a chance. When Ricky Pearsall comes back, Juwan Jennings, you can bench him, but keep him on your team because that Mac Jones connection could be something you want to take a look at. All right.
Oh man, we got a question, Glenn.
Hey man, I see. I'm thinking about dropping Troy Franklin for Mason Taylor. Would you do this? Man, listen, you must have just tuned in because we were just talking about Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor to the moon, man. Mason Taylor to the moon. We are dropping Troy Franklin for Mason Taylor. Yes, we're doing that.
It's really tough for me because the truth is it depends on what your whole team looks like, right? But what I know, we're just talking about the connection between Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones, right? Mm-hmm. But what about the connection between Bo Nix and Troy Franklin? This guy's still getting the targets there in Denver.
Yeah.
And you have to, what I consider is positional value. They're very limited. You're going to find several Mason Taylors.
Maybe.
What do you mean? You're finding a tight end to stream, especially like a tight end that you only want to get you like 5 points. Mason Taylor hasn't had a breakout game, and I'm not saying he can't or he can't reach that potential.
Yeah.
But as of right now in this moment, I'm probably going to stick with Troy Franklin. I'll try to look for somebody else to drop.
Well, I'll say this. With Mason Taylor, the targets are rising. He's back-to-back games with touchdowns. And you got the targets going down. Like Franklin's targets are up and down. I'm seeing he had 6 targets week 1. Then he had the 9 targets. He had a big game week 2. Then week 3, he had 4 targets, only 8 yards.
Tough game.
Yeah, and 8 and 5. Honestly, it looks like it's just for the person's flex. I like Mason Taylor. You like Troy Franklin. I'm gonna go.
Tough one. It's a tough one. Is it a PPR league?
I want to assume that it's PPR.
If
Even if
it's PPR, then I guess you gotta go. You probably should go with tight end because they're more security blanket.
I don't think it matters for me personally, but yeah, I mean, we just talked about Mason Taylor and how we're loving. Have PPR. I'm still going Mason Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm going Mason.
That might be the better move, honestly.
Yeah. So, like I said before, drop Troy Franklin for Mason Taylor. I'm doing that. I think Mason Taylor is for all you guys watching. Mason Taylor's got to look at, and I also think be a little patient with it. I'm not saying he's going to break out every week, but I do think he's someone that you're going to be happy you picked up.
Man.
Yeah. So we got another tight end for you that I've doubted this guy the whole season. I don't really know where this came from. Sometimes a change in quarterbacks can get the job done for you, but it looks like Theo Johnson is putting off some good performances.
It is crazy to me that we're sitting here talking about Theo Johnson.
Me too, man. I've been hating on him for years. It's not even just this. I know you guys heard me a couple weeks ago talking bad about Theo Johnson, but I can't deny him anymore. I mean, it's 2 weeks, right? So I guess I still can. But
yeah, you absolutely can.
But look, he got 5 targets last week, 7 targets this week. The targets look like they keep going up. He had a touchdown this week. He had 2 touchdowns this week. He had a touchdown a week before. I'm afraid of anybody missing out on it. So this is how I look at it. This is how I'll paint the picture. I'll paint the picture as if you didn't get Mason Taylor, you didn't get AJ Barner, have Theo Johnson as your third option. Pick him up, have him next to another tight end you may have, and consider starting him.
Play by the matchup.
Yeah, play by the matchup. Consider starting him. He has a touchdown the last week, 2 touchdowns this week. Maybe you want to start him this week, just in case he really does catch fire. You don't want to miss too many more weeks. So, not with too much confidence, but because they play the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which maybe could be a good thing because Giants are going to be down. So maybe they have to throw it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Theo Johnson, he's a big tight end. He's a athletic guy for his size.
Yeah.
So Theo Johnson, another guy to look at. Tight end. I know tight end's a scarce position. Everybody's struggling at tight end. Everybody's looking for a tight end. So
there are only like 3 consistent guys that you could really go with, 3 or 4.
Yeah, and honestly, Brock Bowers has been dealing with injuries. He was supposed to be he's the GOAT tight end. That's why I call him.
Yep.
And he looks like he's dealing with injuries. So we gotta give you guys these tight ends to look at.
Yeah.
So yep.
I just wanted to hit on these trade targets real quick.
Okay.
I got a couple in my head, and you just tell me what you think.
All right.
Saying buy low right now. I know it's a big switch.
Yep.
Buy AJ Brown low.
All right.
Buy Derrick Henry low.
Oh, okay. You got a list. Okay.
Sell Nick Chubb high. Sell Jalen Waddle high. Those are my 4.
Okay. Well, let me start with AJ Brown. I'm a AJ Brown believer. And I just, for me, it's so tough. I know the targets aren't there, and it looks like a lot of people are probably frustrated with AJ Brown. But honestly, it's one of those things where he's too good to just give up on him. And I saw somebody report on Twitter, or X, I should say now, that there's gonna be a lot of trades leading up to the deadline. A lot of different teams, a lot of different trades.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be on the receiving end if AJ Brown goes somewhere crazy like to the Ravens or to I mean honestly, like to a team that's desperate to make some flashes. I really want to be on the receiving end of AJ Brown's success. So you never know, honestly. So I'm gonna stick with AJ. I understand why somebody would want to, buy AJ Brown, buy low on him. Yeah, I see why he's in that category. But I'm sticking with AJ Brown. If you have AJ Brown, I know it looks tough, but me personally, I would keep him. It looks like you want to trade him though.
No, I'm saying you should buy him now.
Oh, you should buy him.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying buy him low right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page.
Yeah, and I'm saying buy Derrick Henry low. Right.
I don't think you can do that. You think you can do that? Because it's not that like, what's his fantasy numbers like? Let me pull up his fantasy numbers.
His numbers kind of skew on the screen. His numbers have been skewing, right? But definitely, with his fumbles, I don't think people are as high on him as they were. I'm not saying that now you could trade Kendrick Miller for him now. I'm just saying that you could trade him for lower value than probably what his draft expected was. He's ranked 23 in running backs.
Okay.
With no bye week,
So he's like an RB2.
Yeah. And I think that we're gonna Lamar's honestly, maybe this is the Ravens fan to me, but Lamar's gonna come back with a vengeance. And the Ravens offense is gonna look ridiculous. Like, I could see after the bye week, next 4, 5, I just see him. He'll end the season off top 5 running backs.
Yeah. I would never doubt Derrick Henry and say he won't end the season that way. I do think he'll be. I probably top 10 running back, but I think with Derrick Henry, I don't know if you can buy low on him. I think the running back. I think he's too.
His name, his pedigree.
Yeah, he has too much of a presence that I think that anybody hears Derrick Henry, they'll stick to him. So if you can buy low on Derrick Henry, I'll definitely do that. Get on board with that. If you can trade him for somebody who's going crazy right now, you got maybe like who's balling right now? What, Kenneth Walker is balling?
Yeah.
Or no? You got
no, he's 15. I think last I looked he was 15 for running backs.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's a good one. But Glen, let me just tell you his numbers just so that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
He had 28 points in week 1. Week 2 he goes 2.3. Week 3 he goes 9.7. Week 4 he goes 5.8. Week 5 he goes 9.3. Right.
Okay.
He scored a touchdown in week 5 and week 3. Those games that he had 9 points. So this is just accounting for the yards that he's rushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying he's now a trade low target.
Yeah, and I think that with Derrick Henry, I think the Ravens have to do a little better job in terms of play calling to make sure he's getting the ball a little more. I thought that this past game they would have gave Derrick Henry a little more, kind of like how the Titans did. Just give it to him, even if he's averaging 2 yards per carry. Keep giving it to him, and then he'll bust a 50-yard run.
Yeah,
I thought they would have adapted to that and done that, but it doesn't seem like they did. But yeah, what was your next guy?
Yeah.
What was your next guy?
My sell high options was
Yep.
I was saying sell Nick Chubb high.
Okay. Nick Chubb.
Yeah. The presence of Woody Marks, and he still had a good game.
Yeah.
So the presence of Woody Marks tells me I don't want to. I think you can still sell him at a higher rate right now, a higher rate than what he's going to be in 2 weeks, and it's better to sell him now than have to sell him in 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm a doubter. Sorry.
And Woody Marks or Nick Chubb.
I'm gonna stay away from this backfield. I think that this past week was an aberration. I think the Ravens defense was just that bad, and Houston took advantage of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be something that you can. I don't know. I don't know. You're saying sell high on him, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, with that performance, people think Nick Chubb is the guy, and you make that trade. You make that trade for him. If you can do it, I would definitely do it. I think that's a good option there. Yep. So
try to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Yeah. Do you have another player?
I think that's all I want to talk about. I actually want to ask you something.
Yeah.
we're discussing a little bit, and I just want to bring it to the show. We're talking about players' pedigree versus production. That's what I want to call it: pedigree versus production.
Okay. Yeah.
At what point in the season do your numbers matter more? We were talking about Lad McConkey. He was drafted in the second round. Just for background for you guys, he was drafted in the second round in one of our leagues, right? And I was telling Glenn, like at this current juncture, Lad McConkey's value is all the way down.
Yep.
And obviously that's what I believe because of the production, right?
Yep.
And I just wanted to bring the discussion here.
So, I mean, I to bring the discussion here, the trade was Lad McConkey, RJ Harvey for Calvin Ridley, Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, no, sorry.
No, you're right.
Kenneth Gainwell, and then Keon Coleman. Mm-hmm. Which I said it wasn't a terrible trade. It wasn't a bad trade, but I guess for me, I think the other person should have kept McConkey just because McConkey, he's a great player to me. I think that the way it's going currently won't stand. And I just believe in Lad McConkey more than the Calvin Ridley or Keon Coleman. I don't know if Gainwell is somebody you can make a factor yet. And plus the RJ Harvey factor, he's I would say RJ Harvey and Kenneth Gainwell, you can match it. You can match it. I was because what you call it, Jalen Warren's already coming back.
Yeah.
So he's coming back this week against Cleveland. So that's gonna be a split backfield. RJ Harvey's already in the split backfield. I'll rate them the same. And then I gotta look at the two wide receivers versus Lad McConkey. I'd rather have Lad than Ridley and Coleman. Straight up. And regardless of how Lad performed this season, I see him bouncing back.
I don't think there's necessarily a wrong or right answer, but I just wanted to bring this to everyone's light. Just something to think about when you're making fantasy trades.
I think the pedigree here for me is what leads the conversation.
Yeah. But for me, I think production is more important because, like I told Glenn, we play fantasy and numbers is what's important.
Hey, look. So my response to that straight up, and I'll tell you guys here as well. I guess I should be able. Quentin Johnston, where is he ranked right now? I'm gonna pull up Quentin Johnston here right now. Quentin Johnston is the 8th ranked running back in the league. Mm-hmm. So he's top 8 running back in terms of fantasy points. Last week he was like the number 4, number 3.
Yeah.
My response is that, so I should be able to trade Quentin Johnston for Jamar Chase.
I'm saying that's not a good one.
Because
there's some people that are exceptions to the rules, and those people that are exceptions to the rules.
I think
Jamar Chase is great, top 5 wide receivers in the NFL, undisputed. No one can have a conversation. There's nobody that has a conversation that puts either Quentin Johnston or Lad McConkey in the top 5.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why he can't be part of the conversation. But if you're going to tell me that you're going to give me Quentin Johnston, and honestly, if this is probably a little crazy, but if you told me you're going to give me Quentin Johnston, and I'm trying to even look at my team so that I can give you somebody I would give you Quentin Johnston for.
It's Quentin Johnston for St. Brown.
But also pedigree of top 5 receivers can't.
But St. Brown's been balling, so that wasn't a good one.
Yeah. And Garrett Wilson's performing better. But like if you told me, but you don't rate him. But if you told me Quentin Johnston for DeAndre,
I don't have anything against Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you don't like the guy I'm about to mention, who's DeAndre Swift. I'm saying if you told me Quentin Johnston for DeAndre Swift, I'm like, I don't really. But I think it's a fair trade to be had.
Okay. I'll send you that offer. All right. Now, thanks everybody for joining.
Yeah.
That was the conversation we were having offline for our fantasy leagues here. We thank you for all the questions. I mean, we don't mind answering your questions at any time here. So you ask us questions, and we're here to give you answers. Yep.
Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Talk32 Podcast.
Yep. Thank you guys, and make sure you make these waiver make these waiver claims.
Yep. All right.